Well, welcome to Simulator Sunday. Make sure I got my sound coming through. Good. Yep. It is working. That's amazing. So today we're in La Mirada. We're doing some yard ops. You might notice, yeah, Jeep 38 today. I'm sorry, Jeep 40s. So these are in the yard. These are for the ArcCal 0081 local, and we're going to use these to sort these cars in the yard. There were some the MP15s. Let me turn around here. MP15s over here that was being used, but I came over here and dumped them off. I didn't felt like we can use these, since maybe we'll be able to get these dropped off as well. Here's the yard as we're looking at it. We're in the middle yard right here, right there. And then the 81 goes in this group here. So it's kind of like these guys all in here, and then down the road a little bit as well. So I don't know if we're going to get those today, but we're definitely going to. What's this? Oh, so I got two of the same maps open. That's always fun. So we got 4 locals to split up here that we're going to do in the yard, and we can get those done here today. Somebody had mentioned that they accidentally deleted, or there was some sort of mishap with these cars, so brought them in and brought them back. So we have the full complement here that was dropped off, I think last week, the week before. Let's see, so if we do a quick overview on what we have here, they are a little, they're kind of put together. But I got 61s here. I haven't seen any 71s yet. 71s go right back in here. I don't see any there. So I see the 81s. Looks like we only got 81s, 111s, and those couple 61s that I first saw. So I'm starting off with an 81 in the front and some 111s. off of this side. Let me see how much room I got in the back. None. Got no room in the back. Got no room there. I just got these 111s here, so we're gonna peel those off right now. Make sure our switches are lined up. Brakes should all be bled in all the cars. I'll check that here in a second. All right, so we're straight there. '81, '81, and some 111s after it. See how many we got. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we got a bunch. More than I thought. We'll pull them all, and then we'll kick a few off at a time. Rob Walden. Yeah, there is a little bit of a learning curve. Mostly keyboard commands, though. You know, like with any game, you got to figure out. As far as like learning these routes and everything, I really wouldn't worry about it. You start with the base game. As long as you can learn how to move your train, we've got plenty of videos. Me and a bunch of other people have plenty of videos out here to do it. I'm happy to be using a rail driver, just like if you play Flight Simulator or you have a flight yoke. I have something similar for trains, and it's called a rail driver. I don't know if I'd use it on Train Sim World. It is compatible with it, but I tried using it before. It wasn't the greatest experience. So the rail drivers, no, it's American made. All right, so let's get the coupler broken off here. These are 81s. So we're going to kick these 111s off. I've already have the switches set for us. I got to go uphill over here a little bit. All right. Okay, so I have header information up here. And I'm going to be going uphill here. So I've got 2 cars in the front. So if you see these tags on, these are where, this is the local, and then that's the industry after it. For the local, again, I'm in La Mirada, California, in LA County. And there are 4 local services that are run out of this yard, out of La Mirada. They're all R-Cal. They have 0061, 0071, 0081, and 111. So those are just different kind of areas. If we use the depot maps like this here, you can see where they're all at. Yeah, it is a job, that's for sure. I mean, if you're I hit my hand hit the independent brake, so I lost all my momentum going uphill here. If you are, I don't know, but I mean, it's slower pace, but I mean, it's like, it's the best as far as the physics or the realism, the best there is. It's not inexpensive either. It's actually quite expensive, but you don't, I mean, if you have base game, I think it's $50. If you have base game, you really don't have to have anything else. The routes are give you those options of doing other things. Like I'm in the San Bernardino DLC right now, or the route. And, you know, all the different car packs and engine packs, those are all really just to be able to see what these are. You can run it in the standard Run 8 livery, which is not a problem. It'll still work perfectly fine. I'm going to pull the coupler on this guy and just let them roll out and start slowing down here. These are the 111s. I've got another couple 111s go, so I'll kick 3 here at a time. Up on our tailgater, how are you doing today? So I've got what, 5 more to kick. Let's kick these 2 and let's kick these 2 box cars. See where we're at. Get a little speed going though. Okay, the coupler's open. Let me hit the brake. Kick those back. And again, I've bled these brakes. There's no air in them. That's why they're able to roll back by themselves. It is quite involved, by the way, but it's, you know, it's more than just which you can drive from point A to point B if that's what you so desire in here. Or you can do what I'm doing and do some of the yard work, which is sorting cars. Or you can do some of the delivering to the industries, which we might get some of that done as well. Plenty of videos here. I do this every week, so see a lot of that here on this channel and others. You don't need DLC at all to play. The sim itself, the base game, includes the Mojave subdivision. So that's all this right here. It includes the Barstow yard. So, you know, this goes from basically goes, this is the Bakersfield yard here, up here at the top, and then goes all the way from Bakersfield through the Tehachapi Pass down into Barstow, and also the Mojave yard on UP. You have BNSF and UP. I mean, that's the 2 Class A railroads here in Southern California. So from Bakersfield through Mojave into Barstow, and I'll show you Barstow yard in just a second. But then there's the BNSF side that comes off like over by Edwards Air Force Base, and it goes into Barstow, and you got the Palmdale cutoff here that actually goes into the back of the Cajon Pass. So if we go further from Bakersfield, that is the that's more north of Bakersfield, goes into Fresno. Now that's a different DLC. So if you want to play Fresno, you would actually have to purchase the Bakersfield sub, and it goes all the way up to Callaway Yard, which is listed as Fresno. And if you want to go to Modesto, then you'd have to purchase this DLC as well. That takes you up into Modesto, and that's as far north as it goes right now for the direct connection from Barstow. So you literally can drive from Barstow to Modesto. No loading screens, no nothing. You can just go the whole way if you want. You can fly it in first person if you want to as well. It takes a while. There is a Northern California. It's kind of isolated. It's just Northern California. And that's its own DLC. So let me see. Let me hit F3 here. So this is all the way to the east as far as it goes. Actually, the Seligman is as far as it goes to the east. So it goes, you know, out to Winslow, Arizona. But here in Seligman, this is about 6 hours here from Needles to Seligman. 4 or 5, 6 hours, I think, to go this whole route. And then from Needles, so these are all DLCs, from Needles to Barstow, that takes a little bit of time too to get from basically just outside of Barstow to Needles. I don't know exactly how long, but I know it takes a while. Here's the Barstow yard. We'll take a look at that in a second if you like, but they're all interconnected. Now, we talked about the base game, which is Mojave. And again, Barstow is included with Mojave. And then, yeah, some of these are custom dispatch screens that I've made. So if we want to go from this location here, from CP Hodge, from the Barstow yard, and we want to go down, you know, continue towards Los Angeles, you'd have to buy the Cajon sub that takes you down the infamous Cajon Pass into San Bernardino, and the San Bernardino yards where this DLC ends. This is the Cajon sub, and that is, it ends, this is the BNSF side of the track. If you do UP, the Cajon sub includes West Colton Yard, and it also goes up the Cajon Pass. Does not head towards Palm Springs at this time. And then you can go up into LA through the Alhambra sub. We continue to the west or north if you're on on UP. That brings you in the sub that I'm in. I'm in the San Bernardino Sub, but I'm on the BNSF side right now. So I'm right here in the middle of this. If I can zoom in by hitting tab, La Mirada's right in the middle of this sub. So you go basically from Long Beach all the way to the border of Riverside and San Bernardino counties, just outside of the San Bernardino yard for BNSF. If you work the LA side, which is UP, they need to really finish this. This takes you out by UCR up into the BNSF connection in the San Bernardino yard. But we have the Los Angeles sub here and the Alhambra sub both connected via UP. And going right back to the West Colton, right past Gusty here. And then these are some of the kind of the spurs off of that. So here's the we already called, this is the Modesto sub. So these are all these screens are different DLCs except for like the San Bernardino one I zoomed in on. So this will take you all the way up to Stockton, well, almost, it's Modesto, down to the Bakersfield or Fresno. It's actually Fresno, but it's called the Bakersfield sub. Let me get right back to where I was. Start here in the Barstow yard. We can go look at that in a minute, but let me start here where I'm working today. So the stock skins, they just say run 8. And again, you can use the stock skins, and I'm pretty sure that you can go, there's an enhancement Discord that you can overwrite those stock skins with these. I'm not 100% sure on that. You may or may not be able to if you don't own the models. And I think you only get like the one, you know, you'll get the whatever skins are included. But you can overwrite those with some basic ones if you want. So again, the way I looked at it is I started with base game. I got maybe the mixed freight pack and then one or two of these switching locomotive packs just so I can see what I'm doing. And then I expanded from there over time. So I've been playing, this is Run 8 version 3. I've been playing it since the week of its release. So almost 3 years now. Maybe it has been 3 years. So I have the 81 cars left here. You don't need any of the locomotive or DLC packs to play the game at all. You just won't see the custom. These are all custom. So you see I have some graffiti cars. Now that's like a mod, if you will. It's just custom skins that I've added on. I have custom sounds that are all from the Discord. Some of these are stock paint jobs, some of them are not. When we look at these models, like this is a little blurry as we get close. This is a version 1 model that's included in the game. And then we look at something that's a little more clear. It doesn't matter if you put a different skin on it. So this is a newer, you know, the ones that are more clear up close are newer models that they've updated, and they're constantly updating models for the game so that you can get, you know, something that's cleaner and more good looking. Said on Discord, there's a Run 8 enhancement Discord, so you can Google that. There's a link down below, but they usually kill those links. So if the link from this channel doesn't work down in the description, then just Google it. Run 8 enhancement Discord. You should be able to find it. From there, we get all kinds of sounds and, I mean, lots. There's a lot of things on there. As far as, you know, so I'm running the GP40. So this is the actual model number of the lead locomotive right now. And so I have an RS3L horn on here, or a whistle. And then an EMD, which it should be, since I'm in a, it shouldn't be an EMD because I'm running a GE bell. Oh, that's an E bell. So this would not have an E bell. This would have a mechanical bell. Let's do this one. Is it broken? I like broken stuff. Let's try that again. So The EMD, I got GE bells. So we can change all that, as you just saw. All right, so I'm going to reverse here. Gotta run up to it. Sorry, going low. And I'm coming downhill, so I can grab on the back here, ride it on the way back. Yeah, pretty much the standard, like the base game, everything's a boxcar, but if you get the mixed freight, then you can start seeing the different types of cars that are here. And I have, I think all of them. I don't think I have the newest Amtrak. Maybe I do. I'm not a big Amtrak person anyways, but I think I have most of the freight models, if not all of them. I don't have all the locomotives because, like tunnel motors, I don't run UP predominantly, so don't really need tunnel motors. That's a UP thing. So we're going to connect these 81s together here. I'm really interested in getting these 81s out of here and disconnecting them from the 111. So here's a 111 coming up. And it looks like it's just this one. So we'll peel this one off. Then maybe we'll go deliver some. Let me come on back on the... Got a handbrake on this guy. We'll come on back here a little bit and get pressure off that. And we'll ride our way back. We're in the yard, so we are limited to 15 miles an hour. Got a hill coming up though, so I want to get up that hill. And again, I have mostly two locals here, the 81 and the 111. That's a great question. So so Run 8 is literally, it's like a sandbox, right? So there's not a whole lot. There's the basic configuration that comes with the simulator. We go to the depotserver.com and grab basically a configuration for Southern California and load it into the game. So you overwrite what's there. And by doing that, you get all these industries that I'll show you here in a minute that matches the map that they put out. So here in the Mateo community server, we're on a multiplayer server right now. Let's see. Right now, let's see. The person's on here right now as this updates. Sundays are usually dead for us, so I have, I guess, 2 Billies. I don't know why there's a second one. So I've got 3 of us on the server, including, well, 4 of us, if I were including myself on here right now. And somebody might pop in here and waving at us and all that. So you may see that here in a moment, but I need to throw the switch first so I can come back and get rid of this one car. And it's going to be tight. See if we can get it back. So you can actually work with other people on this. And as far as what cars move and all that, I'll show you that here in a minute. Because right now I'm just kind of kick this off and let it roll behind this switch here, so that I want to go back to where I just came from. Actually, that's the lead. I don't want to go on there. I want to go on this one. Gravity do the rest there. I'm giving a little bit of power here. I will answer your question in just a second, I promise. Gonna hit a little hard, so let me put the handbrake on. And it'll stop right there with the handbrake on, no problem. So, the depotserver.com, the server here, we've taken the configurations from them, as I mentioned. We put them in the server, and then we've modified it since from there. It's real easy to do. Well, it's not real easy. There's a bunch of YouTube videos that show you how to do that if you're ever interested in doing that. But instead of doing all that, you just come play with us on multiplayer. However, anybody that's interested in doing that, in order to do so, you have to join the Discord, because that's how we control the passwords. And before we allow you on the server, we have to have you approve via a skills check, a really simple skills check that you can operate your train in basic sense. We don't need any, we're not looking for real life train crew members. We're looking for somebody that can operate their trains without crashing the server by bashing into things and breaking everything. We also have videos that show you what we're looking for and how to do it. So that's really on my channel. I have it's check ride, but all this stuff's available to you on the Discord as well, for even if you're not a member of the Run 8 community server trying to get into it. We have these videos available for you on how to operate the train and what we're looking for the skills check. As far as the how do we know what to do? So if I go again here and I go to my bookmarks went away. I can't go to the main page here of let me see. I got a multitask here. Let me take this off. Let me go to the main page and see what I got. All right. Because if I go to just the depot, it'll show you my password here, and we're not allowed to do that, and the URL and all that to get to the Depot Plus. So, so here in the depotserver.com, you can see right here, I'm in this one, which is maps, and then I'm running on the San Bernardino Sub. So these are all the subs listed in the entire simulator. So whether you have Roseville, which is that Northern California one, you're in the new AGS, you're here in SoCal. You want to see the sub, for example, we're in San Bernardino right now, we're at La Mirada. So I'll click on this, I'll launch this map, and it usually pops up page 1 right here, coming from somewhere in LA. Shows you all the signals, whether they're intermediates or not. The map in the simulator only shows you the control points. So you'll see a lot more signals on here than you see in the actual, you hit F3 here. All these are absolute signals or control points. There's a lot more than are here. Let me get back to my page now. And then we go down to La Mirada here. So this is the main line. And we're in the middle yard. So we're like right here in the middle. But if we want to see more information, we can click on either of these. That'll take us to the yard itself. We're literally right here. We're on this 332 track, right about here. And you see all these names here with the little green. These are the sidings, or the industry sidings, industry tracks that you drop off these cars, the AIR cars, AIR, yeah, for air gas. You'd back in, you drop it off here, and it would get processed, and it changes the location where they go after that. There are different discords for different game servers. For the Mateo community server, we also have a couple partner servers. So, but they all require different discords because they use the a randomized password bot that will develop each person's password independently. And in order to do that, it's written for it's for each Discord. So you can't, unfortunately, run multiple servers off one Discord. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but it is what it is. It gives us that opportunity to run all those independent password bots. So that's more important. All right, let me get that out of the way. So again, back on here, if you see, this is the RCal 0081. That's the local that this customer is going to be served out, and the customer is DMF. We got a couple of them, and you have YNL and TIP. So we go back here. Let's find DMF for the RCal 0081, which are pretty much in this area here, if I can find them. So I don't see D. There's YNL right here, the Yada Another Logistics. So if we want to go see where it is on the map, basically we fly over here, and the way the map shows is right outside. The last lead out of the yard is here. You turn on these keys. No, it's not that one. It was one over, wasn't it? Let's see. Look back at the map. So Home Depot. Yeah, so it was actually this one. YNL's right there. So because the map here, this is eastbound, this is westbound. If we're in the middle yard, we take this lead out. We can cut into here, and before we leave, it's this. So that's basically this track here, because those are the two main lines. If we go here, and then we'd back in YNL, which meets up with this guy right here. If we look for Home Depot, that means Home Depot does come off this lead, and Home Depot is right here. It's a Home Depot warehouse right there. So there is, so which Discord is used for the base content? As in which multiplayer servers for base content? Because that depends which server you're going to. For the Mateo Community Server, the MCTS that I'm on now, that would be the Mateo Community Server Discord down below. And the southwest is this server. This is the southwest server, so it covers Southern California, from Modesto all the way to Arizona and LA. So we're in Long Beach, which is in Los Angeles County. And we can, you see there's a lot of desolate stuff. There is a kind of a, we look at the graphics and they're not the greatest. But if you play Train Sim World, you can't literally fly like this. If I want to fly to Barstow, I can fly all the way there without any loading screen or anything. Yes, it's a little dry. There's no scenery or whatever, but there isn't in Train Sim World once you leave the main line either. But you can't do this in Train Sim World, fly away like this. You can get a little bit off of it, and then that's it. So we're flying towards LA right now. And you'll see Los Angeles start popping in here in a minute. This is all part of the San Bernardino Sub. If you like road trains, you can do a lot of that on the base game. If you like doing local work or yard work, then the best, in my opinion, the best stuff to do is, I got lost here. I got to find myself back. I could always use the map, by the way, and just put myself on any portion of track anywhere. But as far as the running road trains, you can do that on any of these DLCs. But yard work, the best one to do is San Bernardino. It has the most of Southern California, by the way. It has the most industries to service. So we're back on the BNSF mainline, by the way. We're headed, considered westbound for BNSF, but it's headed towards Los Angeles, which will start showing up here in a second as we're in LA now. This is the LAC Hobart Intermodal Yard in Los Angeles. Downtown, well, not downtown. It's kind of like Long Beach is over there. LA is over here. You're going to start seeing the buildings pop up here. So there's downtown Los Angeles. And we get into like the Amtrak, Amtrak stations and all that stuff here. And you see, I just heard a train driving by somewhere. Behind me? Thought I heard something. So yeah, this simulator is not necessarily about the fancy dancy graphics. It does serve a purpose, but it's not about it's not the most beautiful game. But you can't have that if you want to be able to do what I'm doing now, which is simply flying through. So this is the LAC yard, LAJ yard. And I got some things to do there as well. Now, I'm going to go back to La Mirada, and the quickest way is just go like that. This is my favorite section right here, yes. Now, when I teleport like that, it's going to take me a moment for things to start loading back in, too. That's to redraw all the cars and everything. All right, so I have some, let's see. I want to make sure I don't have any other industries on here other than the 0081. So let's look at this. If it is, we'll take it and we'll go deliver what we have. I got some 61s here on the end. Those are actually going the opposite way. So I've got some 81s on the end. I've got a 61. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 61s. So let's take those and get those out of here. I have the whole cut right now, but I'll kick the 61s off here in a second. That one, I need a little bit more room for that so I can get around it, but got what we got right now. Yeah, 61s are going the opposite way, so I'm going to put it here on the lead because I can get around on that side. There's the switchers for 61 and switchers for 111 over there. Switchers for 81 I have, and the switchers for 71 are over here where they'll service this 71 all through here. So these are all different customer industries down here. And we're right back where we started from. Run over the main lines here. Yeah, so the setting, by the way the tracks are laid out, the way that the locomotives and engines are laid out, this is really set for the late 1990s, so like 99, 2000, 2001 time frame. Because a lot's changed. I actually am over by San Bernardino and West Colton yards, and there's a lot different now than is portrayed in the simulator. That's because the time frame of this simulator is about 2000. What I'm doing here is I'm going to pull the whole cut back. Yep. Maybe not the whole cut. Maybe I'll just cut off the 61s here. Come to a stop here. Put a handbrake on this guy. Probably don't need any more. Let's see, this one is just this. I don't need more than that. See, so that's a 61, an 81. We'll pull forward. We've got to get up the hill, though. We'll put the 61s on this track here. I got the overhead here has got my speed. This is the brake information, how much air is going through, what notch I'm in, the locomotive brake, and the coupler pressure, and the grade of the line as the power is on it. And this is a distance counter if I were to set it, which I will, but not right this second. Now, put the, see right here, the brake cylinder. So I'm applying the locomotive brakes. I don't have air in any of these cars. So I couldn't use the train brakes because it won't do anything but the locomotives anyways. So we'll come on back and kick these guys off. I set that switch back there, so we get a little bit of a speed going, about 10 miles an hour, and we'll hit the brakes. Kick these 4 off. We'll just keep coming back. We'll pick up our cars behind us after these clear the switch. What I'm doing is I'm switching here so I can get the cars that I need. All right, that's clear. I don't know what happened there. Yeah, those cars disappeared on me. Not sure why they did. It was weird. They were going down. The wheels were clear. So, but yeah, those cars disappeared. A little bit of a hiccup. There could be cars there. I know there was an issue where the cars disappeared, and they might be here, but we can't see them. So the server needs to be restarted. So that could be what happened. I can get those other ones later. Actually, I can get them now. If I were to, well, I'll deal with it later. Because there's 60 ones. I can put them back because I have a copy of them before I start moving everything. So now we're going to pull forward. Handbrakes are off. Bleed the brakes there. Gonna play with the notches up here to keep power since I'm going uphill. Let me see what's on the rear. We gotta look and see what's on the rear so we know what we're dropping off first. Past the train. So SIG. If I look on here, I didn't see SIG on here before. I may need to go back up on the map. Here's La Mirada. And I still didn't see SIG up here. We go here and find SIG. This is on page 4 at mile marker 157.7, and that's what it looks like. That's not. Gotta look for a yellow building. Not here. Turn on our tags here. Oh, there's SIG right there. Oh, they're at the end of the track here. In order to get to SIG, we got to go this way, past Home Depot. And this is how we find where they're at. All right, so make sure I have my switches. So that switch is set. Kind of going slow in the yard here. So I'm going to go straight like this. There's a lot of back and forth going on. And then I'll need to go on the main line, but I need to check to make sure nothing is coming down the main line. Nothing is. This is now going to be all us. I've got no, we have an automated dispatcher. It's on, called Auto, OTTO. And he has no trains routing through us now. Otherwise, we would see this kind of thing here. This is coming from behind us. This is going from Fresno to San Diego. Go down the Olive Sub. We're actually here, so that's not going to bother us. And you see the second one. So you have another Fresno train. This is a auto rack that's coming. It's going to this signal here, coming through the mountain. But we got nothing up here coming our way. We're here. We got nothing from Los Angeles coming our way right now. Yeah, SIG's at the back of Home Depot. Yep, it's not on the map for some reason. If you look here. Here. I don't see it. So there's Home Depot. It doesn't. Oh, there it is. There it is. Oh, it is there. I just didn't see it. We're doing 15 miles an hour, so that's the track limit here. Make sure we're maintaining that. I set that switch up there because we need to actually go onto the main line and then back up to drop off some of these cars, and we'll figure out what we got once we get there. So I did basically a quick sort for this cut that I have, and then now I'm just going to drop off cars. Notice I don't go through and worry about setting them up ahead of time so that I can just dump them off. I'll just take whatever's here, drive them down, dump them off, and then come back and get more. Find it. That's why I like this local work, because it gives you more like trying to figure out the puzzle piece instead of having everything like super efficient. See the signals up here. I have threw that signal up there, or that switch. Well, these signals are going to stay red, so that means we're going to own that block there. It's us. I want to go, but 17 already going too fast. Doesn't show me on here because we're actually down here outside. We're down like coming up right here. At W on the, I don't know if you saw it, but the W, the sign I just passed, that's the whistle board. Since I'm under 40 miles an hour, the FRA has me turn on my bell, and I'll operate the whistle as I need to. I gotta pass this switch here, the rear of the train, before I can back up. I'll set a distance counter here as well. Headlights to full, coming up on a crossing. Distance counter going down now. I got 1,000 feet behind me. Always put you out on that side because you're engineering, the engineer. Got dynamic brakes on here to slow down a little bit. Got 500 feet to go before the end of the train where I set that counter. $13 miles an hour from the last 3 cars. Oh, the wrong one. Need to set this switch. So 3 SIGs coming off the back here, so we'll hop on the rear of the train. Now once I get the whole train in, I need to set the switch so that mainline activity or mainline operation can continue. I don't want to leave this open once I've cleared the main. A lot of people be working industries and they leave it open, but once you're off the main, you should throw that switch to open it back up. And then when you need to come back out again, you reopen it if you can. Otherwise, you got to wait. We have a mainline switch there, and then this is the switch to the lead or the industry. Now we and the multiplayer server here put these in so that you should be able to see the switch color from looking at this board. Same thing with this one. So you see how that's yellow there? So that's not in the right position. If it was, you'd see yellow. Now, I know I have a ways to go. That's why I'm up here at the front. Not really worried about the rear. Just worried about my speed right now as I'm going down the hill. 13 miles an hour. Now I throw that switch. Now it's red to red. Go to the rear of the train. The button on the rail driver I push to do that. It's like Shift F8 or something like that. I don't use the keyboard that much. I'm controlling the locomotive from the rear car here, by the way. Once you have control of the locomotive, you're always controlling it. So we're going right back here. Going downhill, so I can let's see, I can't throw the coupler because it's yellow. I'll put a handbrake on real quick. Didn't work. I almost had it. Well, now I'm not going fast enough. Here we go. We'll be able to cut that off. Now we got to watch it. These hit these bumpers too hard, they will crash the server, so we got to make sure we don't do that. I'll stop these by applying a handbrake on them. Okay, I got nothing else going there. So it looks like our next one is ZPS. I'll have to look at that here on the map in a second. Like it's going to be one over from where we're at. Because these are loaded, I'm going to put two handbrakes on. They'll stop plenty of time there. You're careful if you do this. So ZPS is the next one. So let's see. We only have one for ZPS. If we got on the way out here, because we can deliver those on the way out. SPP. So we got tip, DMF, bunch of DMFs, STC. So out of here, I have RES, SPP, TFI, and Home Depot. It doesn't look like I have any of these here. Y and L is that one as we exit. TIE. So it looks like these are one over, so we're going to have to go back out on the main to dump these off. So let's do that. We do have a YNL we can dump off right here. We're going to be going back this way anyways. Don't see STC was a couple of them. And that switch is set there. This switch is set to go into there. That YNL. Lining everything up so we can dump off the YNL. This is good. Before we throw this guy, we want to make sure again nobody's coming down the main. Nobody's even close. carried away there. So let's put a handbrake on this. Maybe one more. EMF. Where is that guy? Is that over in the next one? Must be down a bit. But we're getting YNL off now though, so release the pressure here. So I threw all the other switches, so it should be good. So I will ready to throw this and release that coupler. Things just got to make it hold on, somebody's in. They're going to dispatch. All right, so that one is delivered. Go back and get our other one. Gotta get the rest of our cars here. This one is, what is it? I can't see. TIP. We'll have to find that here on the list. So I run all these different BNSF yards here in the Los Angeles area off this sub. So I've got 2 out of Port Free. I've got 2 out of La Mirada, or 4 out of La Mirada. I've got 4 out of LAJ, we got the LAC Hobart, and 3 out of Malabar. So however many that is, that's how many subs or how many locals we have in these, out of these yards. So it's hard to keep track of everything, of all the customers. You know, each sub can have 10, 8, 20 customers. All right, so I still have the mainline switch open. I'm going to plan my next move here. See what we have. So the last one, ZPS, I think we figured out we're going to leave that one for a while. I'm looking, if I look on the map here, the ZPS is behind us. So is BBC right here. So is STC. So STC's over there. We got a couple for theirs. VHF's also there, so we are on the right track. So let's go ahead and go forward now. And then we're going to back up. We're going to go here. We are going that way, and then this way down that path there. Make sure we have all of our cars. And then as soon as we get out of here, we can stop and reverse. Just need to pass that yellow switch right there first. Using dynamic brakes. That's why I chose these locomotives versus the MP15s, by the way. MP15s do not have dynamic brakes. And since I have no air in the cars, it makes more sense to have locomotives that have dynamic braking. As we get past this switch, the wheels are passed. We'll hop on. Come on back. Whoops. I gotta get out of dynamic brakes first. So now we're coming back. So as we come back, BHF is going to be first switch to the left, but we got to keep going past that. Looks like STC is going to be a weird one to get to. So as so again, if we look at, oh, I had the map up the whole time. If we look at STC, so that one we could back in. We put BHF there, but we can't put this STC one there because we have to shove that one in. So, and same thing with the ZPS. So if we go all the way back here, we go down here and put BBCs in, but ZPSs we have to come from the other direction. So that's going to change things a little bit. So I have DPS and STCs. I got to go the other. I've got to get them from the other direction. Just those two. I have to shove and I have to shove. And then BHF, I can't do anything with those right now because I won't be able to get in the opposite direction. So let's. What we'll do is we'll pull these cars off, and then we have to run around. But I don't think we can because these guys are in the way. No, we can. Let's see how much room. Yeah, we can. So this is tricky. So I have these locomotives in the way, and I've got these two here, these three cars that I need to come from that direction. So here's how I'm going to solve that puzzle. Multiplayer, you're going to be standing on the ground and throw switches, so I have to keep changing that stuff. I started too soon. Let's try it there. 600 feet to clear this switch here. Keep an eye on those locomotives there. We don't want to slam into them. So as long as I clear this car, should be good to go. I get that car that was mentioned. It's about right here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 more to go. So I'm not going to be needing the main for a minute. We'll go ahead and shut this. All right, now we got to do a runaround. I did set a handbrake. So there's the brake test. Good to go. Now I did close the main, so I'm probably going to need to reopen it just a little bit to get past this switch so I can run around. I'll find out right now. Nope. Whoops. That's in the chat in the kept hitting the key on the keyboard. You can't control your train when you hit tab. Tab is multiplayer chat. So I screwed myself up there. I did not need the main because my wheels did not go onto the. Blocked it a little bit, but they didn't go on there. So. Let's, we're going to go in reverse. I'm going to hold F11 and then click on the cab. If I can get in there. Get that out of the way. Been up long enough. Get the speed under control here. I just modified the headlights, so the rear locomotive, I got just the regular dim light on, and same thing for the lead, which is 3000 is currently the lead. Even though I'm riding in the back one, I'm controlling it with this front one. To me, this is the best part of Run 8 is the switching operations. You can pretty much do any other game, any other train game to do the road trains. Wait a minute. I need to shove. That means, let's see, coming from up there. If I was on the right side for those, they're just too much train. If you look here, so I'm actually like right here now. If I have the cars behind me, if I go like, oh no, I'm good. Yeah. I'll pull them in and push them back. Pull them in, push them back. Okay, I'm good. This is why we use these depot maps. These things are amazing. A lot of time and effort went into them. Run 8's been around for 14 or 15 years. So they have they set this stuff up a long time ago, and they just keep modifying and updating it for the newer releases. Again, this is version 3 in the 15 or 20 years. all came about from the guys that were making routes for Microsoft Train Simulator decided to make their own. Why keep making scenery for an aging game? And they can just make their own. Brake on there. It's not switching. There it goes. A little delay there. STC looks like it'll be the first. I got 2 cars for STC. So I can either put myself in the front seat of the, well, there's EPS. So that could be the first one. Yeah, let's do it that way. Let's get rid of this one first. Then we'll drive around the corner for those STC ones next. Well, we'll stop right here. Disconnect those, so we only have the one. I don't know why that signal way down there is going off. I'm nowhere near it and can't even get there from here. Over here. Oh. Fine. I guess we're taking these first. If we can fit. See if we can even fit. Might drive all the way over there and realize, oh, we can fit. Yeah, we're good. It didn't go, I missed, and whoops. Fly back over there and look again. I need to turn on this. Okay, yeah. So yeah, we'll be able to drive right in there, dump these guys off, and then pull out and we'll switch. I wanted to stop them there, reconnect and grab them, but whatever. So I meant to do this every week, and next Sunday I will not be here. I'll be in Vegas, so I will not be here on Simulator Sunday. The weekend after, we'll be back. All right, let me see my speed. I'm 10 miles an hour. I'm good. I got 2 empties and one that's full, so I'm gonna squeak the brakes a little bit here. These wheels past the switch and they'll be able to shut it, kick it. Losing my speed here. All I need is another 5 feet or so. There we go. Weird, when I kicked those 61 cars, they just disappeared on me earlier, if you remember. If you were here. So yeah, you see how the graffiti's on some of these cars? That is not part of the base game. You have to use the enhancement Discord for that. I must watch these so they don't crash in that bumper. Do that. And then we'll put a handbrake on. They're nice and stuff. So as long as they're in the dots, they're going to process. You put cars in, you don't want to block any of the track here, but if they're under the dots you see here, then whatever's under the dots, as long as the name matches it and the car type matches an industry config, you don't really need to worry about that unless you're modifying it yourself. The cars will process. That caboose over there, that's a shove platform for when you're going to the other 80, I think they're 81, maybe they're they're 111 industries. That allows you to have a conductor in the back there so you can shove the cars all the way back on the main line so you don't have to turn around. There's really nowhere to turn around. There is, but it's more difficult. So that gives you that opportunity to have eyes in the back of the train on the caboose. All right, we got one car to kick off here at TPS. Jump off here, which will put me on that side of the train, so we'll pretend we jumped off on this side. Actually do something here. You should have enough room, but let's say you didn't. This is how I'd handle that. Sweep the brakes. Disconnect the everything. Close the angle cocks. Open the coupler, and since this is my lead here, pull forward and pull it apart. I think I put a handbrake on. I did. Oh wait, I turned off the engine? Was it never running to begin with? Thought it was on. I just hit it off and I didn't realize it. We want to make sure we have enough room to get in there and then put this where it needs to go. So that's when we do it. And then when we come back, we'll grab that other power unit. And there's plenty of room here, but I'm showing you just in case you don't. And it's all part of solving the puzzle. You can actually change our headlights here too, so that the one in reverse is on as we're going backwards. The bell on because we're in the industries, and let them know what we're doing. Full car, you're not supposed to kick a full car, but here we go. See if we can make it. It's going uphill. Again, all I have to do is get in the dots. Can I get in there? Nope. So that won't process if we leave it there, so we got to go back and get it. I wasn't going fast enough. Surprised it's not rolling downhill. There's the dots right there. Let's put the handbrake on and open the coupler. Go get our power and get out of here. Do the rest of them. BBC cars, I think so. Going uphill a little bit, so we got to make sure we got the power to get up, or the speed. We have the power, got nothing on us. Okay, now we'll connect everything back up. Turn this thing back on. This is still not the, this is still the MU, and everything's set right because I just did the cheater, which is fine, in order to my brakes off. Okay, so that's set for backing up if we wanted to. Get back in the cab. Then we'll go get the cars again from the other end. The BHP is the first one off, it shows, or in the rear. That's where we just came from. The STC was. While we're driving that way, let's make sure we have that switch set. So that's good there. EHF. EHF. 1, 2, 3. 3 of them. And DMF after that. Got to find that TIP. Gotta be somewhere else, but we can take that back to the yard with us. So we're looking for DMF. Gotta be down the road. That brakes off. Make sure switches are all set. Take a look at our main line. There's no trains coming at all. Nothing even running out here, so. Main line, so we got the headlights on bright. But all we got to do is pass this switch and we can back up. So we're just going to borrow the main line for a second. Here's the last car anyways. Okay, that switch is still set. And we'll just have to close the main line after we get off the main line. What happened? I didn't do something right. Which switch did I throw wrong? Did I throw this one instead of the other one? Again? All right, let's go forward. Do a little air in it. All right, so we did the splits here. I didn't even touch that switch. So weird. Oh yeah, I did. That's the one I should have thrown. Okay, so that one's good. So let's close this guy. It's closed. Let's see, let's pull forward. I might have to do a oh. Go back up here. Yep, so I'm all screwed up right now. Blocking the main. No matter how many times you do this. Okay, so if I hit F7 here, let's close that guy. Pull forward. Let's do F7. 7, close that, and then bleed. Everything's bled. Now we should be able to go forward. We can get off that switch that screwed up. I didn't even remember throwing that one. Weird. Why did it... Let's make sure we got everything lined up now. We weren't even on this side. Interesting. All right. So that one should be going there. We still got to go forward to get past because we need to get over one. So let's go forward. And no matter what you do, you still do it wrong. So that one's good. Yeah, I didn't throw that one over there, I don't think. Because all I need to do is get past. I don't know. Should be good now. Go to the front here. Turn the headlights off again. Close the main. We had chaos. Now we're through the chaos. Right the rest of the way back. See, if we look at this, this is BHF. And that's going to go right here where we were. So we're going to come off and go straight back into here where we did the STC stuff. It'll look pretty big, so that all four should fit. I'm in this view, so I have to go around the long way. I got what, 3 and then DMF. That's going to probably go down the track a little bit more. So let me find those. There's TIP. DMF is Del Monte Foods, way down the main. But what I'll probably do is just take these back to the yard. These are all going, yeah, we can go down the main. We can go do that. Got nothing else to do. Okay, that switch is set. So these are going down here in BMF. Let's ride our way back there. Make sure that one was on the dot so it would process that Z, whatever it was. ZPS. A little carried away here. Slow her down for the cars fly off the track. The whole train disappears. If the wheels come off the track, the whole thing just disappears. They're not allowed because they're licensed from BNSF and UP and CSX. They didn't want derailments, so if the wheels come off the metal track, like where there's no bumper or whatever, if it turns and falls off, the whole thing disappears. The only way they can get licensed. Otherwise, they would have to use like BSNF or BNSF, BSNF, whatever they did on the other one. Train Sim World, they weren't licensed for a while, so they had to change the name a little bit. Coming up on a street here, so we can stand there and do flares or whatever. We'll go back to you. Well, they got the roll-up doors back here. Take them all the way back to roll-up doors. Nah, we don't need to. Got a forklift ramp here. All right, these are empty. They're going to get filled up. Well, there goes the neighborhood. There goes the neighborhood. Don't see who it was. Thank you for whoever followed. Johnny Wick, it looks like comes from Streamlabs. Harder to see, right? So DMF is our next stop. Right before that is going to be, okay, get in the cab here. And then if we go to the map, we're going to hit this right here, going to page 4, which is where we're going to come right back out. We need to cross over at some point, most likely by Santa Fe. Oh no, we need to cross over before that. We got to get up here to TIP. I think we're going to go drop off at Del Monte first, because then we can push in, get rid of those, and then come back. And then we have to run around in order to get it. But first, we got to get here to DMF from here. Let's see how to do that. So let me go to auto, and we want to, I can't control my train right now in this menu, so let me get out of there and then go back. But we need to come off of, so we need to get to this signal here. We can back up once we get over, but we're coming out right here basically. We need to say, hey, we need to go here for that signal. But we'll be in that block, we can control it. So we'll ask Otto here as we come out onto the main. As soon as we pass that signal. Oh no, we need that signal to cross first, right? So we're coming out here. We need to stop at this signal. We'll see if Otto will route us where we want to go. Doesn't always do it. There. That switch is set. Is it this switch up here? Yeah, let me call him now and see what he says. I don't know if he'll route me because of the way that the... Oh, he gave me an okie dokie. So let's see what he did here. So he knows I'm coming over behind the signal because we're not on the main line. We're coming out right here. So he's going to go ahead and route me past where I need to go. But I'm going to stop at this signal once I get out. Once I get on the track that I want to, then I'll... I'm on the crossover now. That's good. Okay. The next stop is the industry. We just came out here. We've done on this crossover, so now we're going here. I'm going to pass the Metrolink boardwalk, and we're going to go right past here up to, well, I mean, we can shove that in at least. That one. We'll stop here and then shove that one car in, and then we'll continue down. That's what it makes sense to me. When we come back, we'll come back and go through the switch and then grab it from the other side. Leaving the main here. Brakes. Our track speed, maximum track speed is 50, and we're light, so we're going uphill, but with 326 tons ain't nothing. These locomotives are giving me 18.4 horsepower per ton. That's pretty good. We got no problems. Let the air conditioning do its job. We're trucking along 35 here. We got Otto's blessing. I'm going to go ahead and cancel the route now because he didn't put me where I wanted to go anyways. That means we're in the block, so we'll be able to do what we need to here. We'll be able to back up. He's gonna cancel it anyways when we back up. So that drops the signal there. And it should be good. That's at the Santa Fe Springs crossover, so that should be perfect for us. So we have the speed restriction here, speed limit, temporary speed limit at temporary permanent, 50 miles an hour for freight. Comes the Norwalk station, Metrolink Norwalk. That's our local train service, not Amtrak. Although we don't have Metrolink in Run 8 yet. All we have is Amtrak, but that's where they Metrolink service stops, train station for them. You can actually go there on the the ramp and watch these freight trains drive by on the main line. It's pretty cool. We'll pass the TIP, Temple Inland Paper Products, and then we'll take that car off of us. These green signs mean you can go full track speed after this, so those temporary reduced speed limit signs are no longer valid there. Now I'm going to pass this because I have the the tip car right on the rear of the locomotive. So Del Monte's behind those, so I need to go past this switch before I kick that off, and then I'll run around when I come back, push it in where it needs to go. And that switch there, we might need to give a restricting to pass. So we'll do that in a minute. Shouldn't be. This should be a according to the document, it's not a control point right there. A crossing, but not a control point. So you can see I don't have the distance there, so I'm going to go ahead and give myself a quick restricting. But we're allowed to pass that signal now, and then we'll shove the one car back that we need to. Wow. All right. All right, let's come on back here and get this off. So I'll pass that signal so that it will drop. Signal drop. Let me go in reverse. Get that off there. Let's go forward. Come on back. Take care of this guy here. It's going to pass that switch. Put a handbrake on there. This one's ready to get pushed home. Get back in our thing here. So now we have auto deal with again. So we want to come up here. We want to come off Del Monte, but we want to go to this signal. Look at the detectors there. No, we don't need to go up that far. I think we need to go to this one. So let's see what auto will give us. All right, gave me acknowledged, so now we can go. Let's see where he sent us. Yep, so he sent us exactly where we need to go. We got everything. Gotta have those on. All right, so now he's got us on the track that we need to be. Now he's going to release us. got to go on this cut here. It doesn't show this on the map. Doesn't show all of that, so we'll have to go right here and DPC, and then there's DMF over there. It's okay, we got it. So we don't need the main line for us right now, so we'll turn that back the way it was. All we got to worry about is passing this signal or this switch here. We can throw that and back her up. We got these DMFs to drop off. Again, let's verify it's DMF. It is. Put them up against the house there. All right, we'll come back here. We're almost home. No overtime today. Hey, when I switch over to the other monitor, a lot of times that stuff will pop up. I got 4 of these guys, and that's it for what's on the power. We'll go back. We'll have to push the last one back into its home. Wait a minute. Got 5 of them? Here so. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's under the dot. We can call that one good though. Put one handbrake on. We'll close all of our switches that we need to. This one here is not a mainline switch, it's a lead switch, but so because you'll be coming from the other direction most likely, so we'll set that one back. By the way, if you're speeding, you pass this like a CTC switch, even these hand throws, and you're like there's no signal around you, say that you ran an absolute signal, it's because you were going too fast when you cross one of these switches. You get that speed violation, even though you may not have run a red light, it'll still tell you that. So if I'm doing over 15 and I cross the switch, any of these switches, it'll tell me I ran the absolute signal. For sure on the main line says that. I don't know about these side switches here. Okay, so I'm going to reconfigure the locomotives. I'll set this as the main, and I'll just do this just to make sure that everything is aligned correctly. So 3024 is now the lead. We'll jump on the front here. We'll stop before this switch and before that light. Main 3 is right here. Pretty sure it's main 3. before we pull out onto it. Want to make sure that's clear. Nothing coming. All right, it's all us. We're not going that far, so we have this switch open here. We're just going right back here, so I'm going to give myself a restricting because we don't need to go very far at all. You can see I have the restricting light up there. Get off the track, dummy. You're going to get hurt. Then we can get back in the cab. We're all set. We're going to pass. You see the kind of, I don't know if you can see it. I can. The car's right here. We're going to go past and then back up and put that home. We've already have the switches aligned for us. If you look here, we're right here. We'll go like this, back up and push that home like we plan to do it. And that's a proper crossing there finally. Been waiting all stream for that. I've got no weight. I've only got locomotives here, so do 50 without any worries. On the main, because we're on the main. Probably use locomotive brakes here, but I'm just used to using dynamics. Let the engine slow us down. BNSF 4178 should be getting ready to scream. He's the guy that has that locomotive cab setup. So we get done here, you can go join him. It's not like Twitch where I can raid anybody, so. Good. We'll pick up that car. .8 is 15. Remember that. All the way around. Make those things go away. I do want up my speed. Going fast here. There we go. Too fast. I already did see the switch was already aligned for us, so let's verify that. See the big yellow, and then EIP is this one. The car is TIP, and our speed is a little high still. Let's come on down for coupling at a good speed there. It's perfect right there. Under 5 is what we're looking for. 2 is better. The handbrake on, so I'll throw that off as soon as I couple. Go, let's push her back. I'll keep an eye on this because I came in a little hot on that one, but it'll be fine. I'm watching it. Anywhere in the tip is good, so let's put the handbrake on there and she'll come to a stop. And then now I'm going to take her all the way over. I'm going to leave that switch open because it needed to come in from this side anyways. We're going to go back on the main here in a second. I see nobody. So we'll throw that. I got my high beams on as I'm coming out under the main. Make sure that our route is good. We have a light here, but I'm going to be pulling right in the yard, so make sure that that's still set, and it is. I can't throw this switch here until I get off the past that signal, otherwise it won't give me a restricting on that main. Set this switch here. That one's not set. We've got to set that one. There's a crossing there. That switch is good. That one is fine for what we're doing, which is going straight through and straight through. We'll park the switchers right back here, and then we'll be all set to go for today. So that's good. That's good. All we need to do is throw this one once we hit that signal right here. I am on the main, so I can do, according to this side, I can do 50 right there. Let's go 50. Get there quick. Peek around the corner here a little bit. Remember, I can stop on a dime, so there's a signal up there. Let's give her restricting. So we have that open. So we'll give ourselves restricting here. Let's go back and close the main line up here that we left open. You can see it was pink. Now it's still pink, but it could go away. It just went away. We have a restricting up here, 15 miles an hour. We'll come up and approach that. As soon as we hit that signal, we'll throw the switch ahead of it on the other side of the control point. Let me pull back into the yard. Technically, I should be doing 30 miles an hour right now, even though I'm on the main because I'm approaching restricting. I'd have an approach. But right here is where a lot of things happen real quick. You got some crossings. You have the switch to throw, the restricting. A lot of things going on right here. Miles an hour at the switch. All right, there's a restricting. Signal went red. We're coming over, and let's throw this main line here. Like if we had a dispatcher, we'd be able to, like a real dispatcher, we'd have a signal that we can go in there. We'd have a signal to cross all this. Even though the switch is thrown, we'd be able to pull in at a little bit higher rate of speed. We wouldn't need the restricting. We're gonna need 15 until we pull into the yard, but we don't. So we'll do what we got to do. Auto can't route you into the yards. Only West Colton and Barstow. There's one or two other ones that sometimes they can, like LMs or LAJ. You have to throw the switches ahead of you though. Not LAJ. Hobart, LAC. Also San Bernardino sometimes, but doesn't matter because we're not allowed to do that. You could try it in single player. You have to throw the switches ahead of you, and then sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. All right, so we are off the main now. Working our way back to the yard, so we'll set that switch. Everything else is set the way that we like it in the yard, so let's head over to the yard. We're gonna do a little speed in the yard here. We got places to be. That's a lead anyway, so it's kind of like a main. We'll do 25 on the lead. All right, so I can remove that. I don't need that anymore. I like to set these, not required to. Those are CTC switches, but I like to just set them back the way they were. All right, here we go. Got a crossing right here to pay attention to. Blading out the brakes here. Rail driver tells me my speed limit. Doing 23 right now. Hopefully I have the switches set right. Find out in a second. I'm gonna park these guys right here, and then as a reminder, next Sunday, which is the 5th of April, no, 6th of April, I'll be in Vegas, so I will not be here on YouTube or the Mateo community server. That's where we played all day today, so if you are interested in joining us, join the Discord. The information is down below. In order to qualify to play on the Run 8 server, you will need to have a skills check performed. We have videos on what it is you need to do though, and so it's not very hard. You just gotta kind of show us the basics of operating a train in order to pass. But we have beginner, advanced, and intermediate videos, as well as the actual skills check videos to help you understand what we're looking for. You find all those in the Discord there by joining the Mateo community server is where we're at. That's the Discord you want to join. We also have an AGS server is partnered up with us, and I saw that Lazy Farmer did partner up with us, so his Discord is also in play. And I do host the Northwest California server, so I don't play on it much, but I do host it. If you're interested in joining any of those, find the appropriate Discord, because it's crazy. On Wednesday, I'll be back for some Super Mega Baseball at 5 p.m. on the West Coast. That'll be 8 p.m. on the East Coast. Twitch.tv/KungfuBeer if you want to see more. See if we can find anything to look out as we take off here. Okay, this guy is going over here, so let's go take a look at that. There it is, way up there. We'll start watching some of it here. We'll stay for the whole thing, but yeah, that's it. You guys have a great week, and I'll see you in 2 weeks from today. Thanks everybody for joining, and we'll see you then.